All right.
I'm actually terrible at like doing stuff like that though. I can't even shield my own stream.
My brain don't work. My brain don't work.
My brain don't work.
Brain don't work.
I took it out for a clean and dropped it on the floor.
I was vacuuming my head because it was getting a bit dusty up there, and it just whoop came on out. So I have no motor functions anymore. My brain is actually inside the computer right now.
You're gonna have to, teach me how to. That sounds kind of cool.
I have
V,
no.
that's like real VR.
Mm, I wouldn't qualify it as virtual reality. More um, like eternal torment.
So why don't you just like have the computer unplugged if it's that horrible? Stop being like the fucking cabinet man from that one Neil Cicerega song and just let go.
No, I, I, I can do this.
And then
Anyway,
this is as cold open as you can get. Just start.
yeah, yeah. All right. So I'm gonna cut that off like
Hey
right
guys,
there.
welcome to Brick by Brick.
Welcome to the first episode of Brick by Brick. It's the podcast where I play Lego games and talk to my friends. Today we have one of my friends here, MoonsDancer. Welcome, Moons, to the stage. You're on stage right now, talking to
Hi, I'm
three people.
I'm MoonsDancer. I'm a professional at accidentally talking over people.
You are twitch.tv/MoonsDancer.
Wow, that's me. My Twitch stream that has like 100 followers. I'm so famous. I'm so popular. Haven't streamed in a few days, and I'm gonna take a week-long vacation.
Hey, it's fun. When was the last time I streamed? The last time I
It's
streamed
been
was
a
a
little.
nightmare.
Yeah, because you're like I don't even know. I'm not even sure if it was your internet or just your PC. You tried to play a game from like what even year did
It was Detroit
Family
Become
That thing?
Human.
Yeah, Detroit Become Human. What year did that game come out?
It was like 2019, 2018.
Yeah, I don't know if your computer can handle that. That's why you're playing this, right? That's why you're playing Lego City Undercover. Something your computer can do.
No, this DBH is maybe the most graphically intensive game that I've played. And one of the problems was I was trying to stream it while having two monitors. So I essentially, it was also for some reason the like VTuber thing was taking up a lot of RAM as well, or not a lot of RAM, a lot of GPU as well. So it was just frying my graphics card.
That's really impressive that your model was able to do that, given it's a PNG model. Like it's not like a GIF model. It's not a 2D model. It's a PNG.
Yeah, it was just like I don't know why.
I open that program on my computer, and my fucking browser tab takes up more resources.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to get started into this game. I think you played this game for like a minute, and then you're like, "Nah, I don't like
I
it."
played it for longer than a minute. I gave it more than a minute, but I did not enjoy it.
It is the ultimate piece of propaganda, and it's my childhood right here. This is my childhood right here. This is definitely up there for one of my favorite games of all time, just because of nostalgia. I put in a lot of hours into it on the Wii U.
Yeah.
So
I'm just gonna sit here and bash the game. No, I'm gonna try not to do that.
do subtitles, because of course we are.
Oh god. Never. It's okay. My whole Discord just went like black for a second.
Your PC crashes as soon as we start recording.
No, I had like Epic Games open in the background trying to like update Fortnite, and I closed it, and my whole game just went black. Well, like my whole screen for a second.
A warm welcome to all you listeners who've just tuned in, you're listening to the sizzling
Sizzling
sounds of
Lego City Radio.
And let me tell you that the forecast for today is hot,
hot, hot.
How many times did you play this?
Too many. Too many. This is the, let's see, I owned it on the Wii U, Xbox One, Switch. This is the 4th time I've owned the game.
there she is.
And I beat the game twice. I think both times on Wii U. So my goal is to beat it a 3rd time. It's a fundamentally different game than on the Wii U, because the Wii U utilized the gamepad a lot.
So what brings you back here, Chase McFarlane?
Because like it would use it as like a police scanner.
A promise to keep.
That's pretty cool.
I kind of have really bad experiences with games doing stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was young, I had like Lego Harry Potter on like the DSi, because I don't know, my parents decided to buy me that, and it was so much different from like the Wii version, and it was absolutely disgusting and terrible and unplayable.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure I got soft locked. Like
Yeah.
the game was just broken.
The DS and 3DS versions of Lego games have always been very not good. And it sucks because Lego Ninjago, which has like been one of my favorite Lego properties, has only released their games on 3DS. So they've never made like a really good game. It's always been like okay games on the 3DS.
And what brings you to Lego City, young lady?
And like I really wish that we could get like a good game aside from Lego Ninjago the movie. 'Cause I'm not getting that.
Do they? I mean, they don't even like make Lego Ninjago anymore, do they?
They do. It's just like different animation style, different like stuff.
I had to get a new passport.
I was referring to you leaving under
I don't think I
cloud,
ever watched
but
Lego Ninjago growing up. That was a little after my time, I think.
Yeah. When it first came out, I was like 7, 6, 7 around there. So I was prime age for it because it was a toy, it was a show, it had like a card game kind of. I spent a lot of time watching that show up until like season, I don't remember which season, but it was the first season before the animation changed, and I just didn't really like it after that. Like I'm sure it's a good show after that. I just never gave it a chance. I'm a purist.
I think I had like one small. I think I remember having one small Lego set of some of like the minifigures and some like weapons they had. They had these like little gold weapons.
Yeah, the golden elemental weapons.
And then I remember seeing like the advertisements for the show, and I just never like, I don't know. I guess there were just other things on that I would prefer to watch. I don't think I ever broke down and watched a single episode.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. There's a lot of good shows on at that time. I mean, there still are, kind of, but
I don't know.
that was definitely the peak. Like,
I feel like there were times where I was watching TV as a child and was like, "There's nothing on. I have to give up. I'm gonna go watch like the Garfield show."
I
I
will admit I
nothing
watched a fair
else.
bit of the
I
Garfield
have
show.
to watch this, and it was always just I don't remember the Garfield show ever being like good.
Yeah.
Trying to remember what happened in that show is like it's like my brain's just dumped all the info. Like I can't remember what happens in that show. It's like all I can assume happens is Garfield just lazes around the house and eats lasagna. But then I feel like I remember an episode where there was like a fucking alien or like a werewolf or something like that.
I remember there was one
It was either
episode.
the most nothing episode would happen or the most wild out of pocket shit would happen.
Yeah. There was one episode I remember where he got transported to a planet where people were spiders. Like giant spiders.
I mean, Garfield doesn't like. I forget. Does Garfield hate spiders, or is he okay with spiders?
I think he's just like fine with them. I don't know. I don't know the Garfield lore.
I don't know, I feel like I've seen a couple comic strips of him like rolling up newspapers and squishing spiders. But
God,
like the mice, he's fine with the mice. He doesn't care.
yeah.
He's like friends with one in the show.
The guy pulled out in front of me without using a blinker, and he made me crash.
Yeah, don't worry about the fact that he just ran a stop sign over.
No, that's his fault, not mine. So I hear you've been playing a lot of Legend of Zelda recently.
Yeah, that's the game released like what, like a week ago, like a week ago today, and that's been at least 5 hours of my life every day, easily more.
Do you know how much time Violet has on that game with a week into it?
Probably a similar amount to mine, but also I feel like you can't just judge how many hours it says Violet has, because Violet has a history of just leaving games on overnight and falling asleep.
Hmm.
Because I believe she did that with the newest Lego Star Wars game. I feel like she's done that with like Power Wash Sim, and you look at those games and it's like, oh my god, how do you have like 200 hours in like the Lego Star Wars game and you're not even done with it?
Mm-hmm.
I have like 70 hours and I'm almost finished.
Well, like also it's on the Switch, so I feel like that would be like
She's gonna be playing it in bed and just pass the fuck out and rack up another 8 hours.
doesn't it auto turn off after like 20-30 minutes?
I feel like you can set your settings. It probably depends on what whatever. How
mean,
many hours does she have?
100.
Here, let's see if I can like boot my Switch up. I don't even know if it says. I think the game has to be out for a certain amount of time before it starts telling you your hours.
Yeah, it's me. Are you okay?
It showed me hers on the friend thing.
I'm gonna check, see if it shows me mine.
I was worried.
You should give me your friend
I
code,
probably-
Moons.
I probably don't have 100 hours, but I probably have. Yeah, it's not telling me. It just says first played 8 days ago.
Should I?
Yeah.
It's not ready to let me know yet.
Sure you're safe.
I want to add you as a friend.
Yeah, here
Where are you?
I just unconscious. I just like wasn't thinking. Just turn my Switch back off.
Hmm.
Mercy Heart's hospital.
You can DM it to me, just not like say it if
Yeah.
you don't want it
I
out there.
didn't plan on saying it.
Yeah.
I guess it wouldn't be the worst thing to have random people be like, "Oh, you want to be my friend on Switch?" Like I'd probably just be like, "Nah." Probably
Nah.
just deny them all. Yeah, nah. Like I already have people on my friends list because the Nintendo Online service is like the easiest way to completely forget who somebody is.
Mhm.
Because you can just change your name at any time for funsies, and like there's so many different like icons and characters you could change your icon to. So somebody just changes their icon and their like username, and it's like I don't know who you are anymore, and I can't remember.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's safe, Frank?
So back on Zelda, how have you been like enjoying the game?
It's been unbelievably amazing. Like I remember like you remember Breath of the Wild came out and people were like, "Holy shit, this is one of the best games ever." Like I think IGN has a list of like the top 100 games, and Breath of the Wild is like number like 3 or 2 or something like that. Like it's up
Mhm.
there. And Tears of the Kingdom has come out, and I've played a lot of it so far, and it's better than Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
It's just without a doubt just a much better game. Like maybe not much better, but like they took everything that was kind of like in Breath of the Wild, I was annoyed that you can collect all these monster parts and it's like, "Oh, I got all this shit. I got so much shit and there's no point in having it. It has no use." But in Tears of the Kingdom, it's like, "Oh, cool. You can actually do stuff with some of these objects." Like you can
Mhm.
use Keese eyes on the end of your arrow to make a homing arrow, and I'm like, oh my god, it has a use. That's insane. They took so many little things from the previous game that didn't have a use, and now they have a use. It's so
Yeah.
good.
I played some of the first game, and I mean, I will admit it was a really good game. I just couldn't get myself all too much into it, and I don't really know why. It was just not really my type of game, I guess.
I think I had a friend of mine ask recently. He was like, what is, he asked me like basically like what is the game? And the most concise thing I could think of, I don't know if people would get like annoyed that I even call it this, but I'm just like it's a giant collectathon.
Hmm.
There's like Tears of the Kingdom has like way more things you have to collect than Breath of the Wild did. Like there's all the core like Breath of the Wild had all the Koroks and the shrines and probably a couple other things that I'm not particularly remembering. It had a bunch of armor sets, and if you got all the armor sets, you couldn't even fit it all in your inventory. There was
Hmm.
more armor in the game than you could fit in your freaking inventory, which is stupid.
Yeah.
But Tears of the Kingdom has like a bunch of caves you can explore, and each cave has a freaking bauble gem, and there's a reason you need those. There's the Korok seeds. There's the shrines again. There's
Yeah.
God, I feel like something else. Oh yeah, there's like Sage's Will. There's just like they just added like, oh, there's so much stuff in Breath of the Wild to collect, and in Tears of the Kingdom they're like, oh, here's like 3 or 4 more things you get to collect.
Yeah.
Over here.
It's a giant collectathon, and I'm here for it.
Hmm.
Some of
So,
the no,
what were you saying?
I was just gonna say some of the quests are a little like vague on what you have to do, but that's I don't know.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild is the same way. That's just Zelda.
So, what has been your experience with streaming and like content creation over the past however long it's been?
I don't know. I've been kind of like streaming off and on for like almost a year now. Like it was I think my like affiliate birth date on Twitch is like the day before my birthday, like August like 3rd.
Hmm.
And I don't know. I feel like I'm like I have to be one of the laziest content creators out there because I hate editing. I don't want to have to edit. It takes so much time that and I just I don't know what else to call it other than like brain juice.
Hmm.
Like my ADHD does not allow me to like it doesn't want to. It just
Yeah.
straight up doesn't want to. So I don't want to edit. I can't really make myself edit unless it's absolutely necessary. So then it's just like I don't know, I'll stream for like 5 hours and I'm just slapping the VOD on YouTube and calling it a day.
Yeah. I've meant to post my VODs, but I think like a couple of them have been deleted already. But yeah, the editing is like a real like pain in the ass. Like especially if you're using Final Cut Pro, it is unironically the most infuriating thing to use.
What
I
is File Cut Pro and
find
why is it
Adobe Final Cut Pro
Oh, I mean that's not what
or Premiere Pro.
I have like
Premiere Pro.
I have like I have like Vegas or whatever.
Mm.
And the reason I don't want like my problem recently is something like I think the other day like my power went out, and so I have a 6-hour VOD and then like a 40-minute VOD, and I'm like,
Hmm.
should I post these as separate things or just put them together? If I try to put them together in fucking like Vegas Pro, I have to render the whole video, and
Yeah.
that is going to take like 12 hours. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It's like it's so it just takes so long just to render the video.
Yeah.
I hate doing it.
it that all furniture is
And
self-assembled
like the
I've
whole time it's doing that, my processor is at like 80%, and I'm just like, oh god, my processor's going to burn out trying to do this 12 hours straight. Jesus Christ.
yeah, I've I've never tried editing on this computer. I always edit on my MacBook, uh, just because it's kind of like optimized for that. I feel it's very optimized for editing stuff, like on iMovie. That's the only thing I use it for anymore. Ever since I got this computer. But yeah, I am going towards a schedule of I'm going to try and do maybe one edited video every other week, and then I'm going to do this one every week because it doesn't require a lot of editing, just a little bit, and it's going to be like an hour of footage. Only going to be editing like the intro portion and like maybe like leave some stuff out if I have to.
Yeah.
And
I just
this week I'm doing Brick Week, which I'm just going to be recording an episode of this every day for this week and then uploading it like one a week. So it's going to be a pretty big backlog of content, and it's going to be consistent.
yeah, consistency is so important.
Yeah.
Like that's another thing that I'm not like terribly good at all the time. Like I've been streaming for like almost it's basically a year now, and Twitch is terrible for growth. Like you were asking, like, oh what are my experiences of streaming? I have learned from firsthand experience. Like I already kind of knew Twitch was bad for growth, but like I can look you right in the eyes and be like, yeah, Twitch is really bad for growth, and I don't have like the I I don't know, maybe I just don't want it enough. Like I know like TikTok is a really good tool just to like get people seeing your stuff. Like I posted up one or two TikToks and each one got like 800 views in the first day, and I'm like, that's like the best any of my content's ever done. I should do this more, but then that requires editing. And I just don't do it.
Yeah, with doing TikTok content, I found that it's like incredibly easy whenever it comes to editing. I download the like clips on my phone and then edit in like CapCut, and it takes maybe like 5 to 10 minutes for like a thing. I had a couple days there where I would post like YouTube short or TikTok every day for like a couple days there after I was streaming for a little bit.
You know, I know you've like mentioned that whole thing to me in the past, and I was like, oh, I got a new phone recently. Maybe I could actually do that. And then I remembered that my TikTok account just will not let me log in on my phone. I don't even know if I logged out on my PC, I don't know if it would let me back in, because every single time I try to log in, it's like, oh, you want to send like the authenticator code to your phone? I'm like, yes, send it, to my phone, and they send me the code, and I try to use the code and it never works. I forget exactly what it tells me, but it's just like, oh yeah, sorry, this it's just not working. Oh, sad face, sorry. And I'm just like, I can't log into my fucking TikTok account. I hate this.
Yeah. TikTok is very weird. About it. There's a lot of stuff, really. It's at both times very well optimized and very poorly optimized.
Yeah. After I gave up trying to log in to TikTok on my phone, I just deleted it. And I think TikTok knows that I deleted TikTok, because since I did that, every single YouTube video I watch, the pre-roll ad is a TikTok ad. I'm like, and when I say like every time, I mean like 95% of the time I will just see a TikTok advertisement. And I'm like, they know. And I'm like,
They are
it's not
targeting
my
you.
fault. I literally tried logging in.
There you are.
It wouldn't let me. I gave you my authenticator code. I tried doing all this other stupid nonsense, and I just gave up. It wasn't worth it.
Progress bars.
Hey, Frank. Someone needs to wake the chief up.
But going back a little bit, we were talking about consistency, and then I think I went off rail. But yeah, consistency is super important
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to just like keeping viewers and like people watching and engaged. It's like if like I stream on Twitch and it's already impossible to grow. So if I, get a couple new followers and then I don't stream for a week, they're going to forget you exist and you're never going to see them again.
Yeah.
Chase, you got the communicator working.
Yeah. But now I have
Speaking
something
of
to do.
consistency,
No problem.
one thing that's been consistent is my consistent hype for the new FNAF movie coming out this October.
Is it bad that I thought you were going to start talking about bowel movements? Like, I legitimately was like, is she about to start talking about her freaking bathroom? Like,
Oh my god.
anyway, Five Nights at Freddy's.
So, have you seen the newest discourse around the FNAF movie?
No,
I think
saw
it's
the
so
trailer. I
dumb.
haven't heard anything about discourse.
There's people on like Twitter and stuff and TikTok complaining about how whenever they're like being controlled, the animatronics' eyes are red. And they're trying to get them to redo like every scene and do it to where they're like it's like a black eye with a white dot in the middle,
Let's see.
like a glowing white dot. And like
If you
it's as somebody who is like kind of I know stuff about the film industry, it's so dumb to me.
After you're done with that,
Like,
I've got a
Like they're like, oh, but we did this with the Sonic movie, we can do it with the FNAF movie. And like, A, Sonic's design was atrocious whenever it was first revealed. B,
Yeah.
Sonic was entirely CG. And C, the animatronics are mostly practical effects. They're not CG. They're real, like they're real puppets made by the Jim Henson Company. And like they're like, oh, it'll be so easy. No, it wouldn't. They'd have to retape so many scenes, and they're like already done making the movie. It would just like mean that the movie gets delayed by a couple months.
God, this movie has already been kind of in development hell for so long. People need to. Like, I don't mean to be like rude here, but like, shut up and let the movie come
Yeah.
out already, please. Just because the animatronics have like one little inconsistency that you don't like it's gonna be okay. Like just because the animatronics don't have dead, lifeless eyes,
Mhm.
like it's gonna be okay. Their eyes glow red.
Yeah.
It's,
I mean, even then, it looks
I'm
really
not
good.
the biggest Five Nights at Freddy's fan or purist or anything, but I'm gonna. It's gonna. I personally think it's gonna be okay.
Mhm. I think it's gonna be a really
This
good movie.
isn't this. Yeah, like you said, this is not like the Sonic movie. It's just I don't know. Their eyes are glowing.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about that.
It's like complaining about the smallest thing. And
Yeah.
another thing about the FNAF movie, I know we've talked about this, is like Matthew Lillard playing playing William Afton. And like
Yeah, I think I made a joke about that where I'm like, because sometimes like I've mentioned in the past that my one actor that I can't really like stand playing other roles now is like The Rock, because I see The Rock on screen and I'm like, oh, he's like a comedy actor. He was in that one like Journey to the Center of the Earth movie, and he freaking bounced like berries off of his titties. He played in like the Tooth Fairy and like wore like a mini skirt and like did ballet, and I'm like, he's kind of like a comedy character now, and he's not really he's not really a big tough guy. And then he tries to play in like the new Fast and Furious movie, and he tries to be a tough badass, and I'm like, you're kind of ruining the movie for me because I can't see you in this role anymore. So I'm a little worried that I'm gonna go into the Five Nights at Freddy's movie and Matthew like Lillard is gonna be sitting at a table making his little schemes and he's gonna be like super evil and he's gonna be like I don't know like a back shot at him and there's gonna be like I don't know. And then it's gonna just like zoom in and be like, oh, it's William Afton. Like he's so he's kind of scary. He like kills children and it's crazy. And you see his face and it's Shaggy from Scooby Doo and it takes you out of it.
Yeah.
But hopefully, like Matthew Lillard can, do a what is it called? Hopefully he can do like a good job and like play like a good villain. I know he played in Scream and he did really well in Scream, but like I don't know, he wasn't so much like I feel like in Scream he wasn't even so much a villain. It's just like a weird, goofy guy that just got like brainwashed by the main real villain. He was just a dumbass.
Yeah. I feel like his age at this point is really going to like very help him. Not only the fact like experience and stuff, but just for the fact like seeing him in Scream, he was definitely more of a younger, like you could see him playing that kind of like frat boy type thing, like type role. But like now that he's older, I feel like he really fits the role way more. I think he's gonna do a really good job.
That I kind of like forgot how long ago Scream came out.
That's like 25 years now, 26 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it was the early 90s. Not early, no, not early, like late 90s. What am I talking about?
Yeah, I was a little confused for a second because I was born in the late 90s, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about as old as that movie.
Yeah.
And then you're like early 90s, and I'm like, nah.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just like I don't have like brain no work.
Math is hard.
Yeah. I can't count.
Colon C. Math is hard.
Yeah, I'm really
What
stoked
the
about
clowns?
the math movie.
Sorry, what did you say?
POV mod Clussy Stash.
Clown on screen, brain turn off.
Mod Clussy Stash is not a real channel. I like how they reused the cutscene from the original game, and like in the cutscene it had like one of the old Lego police cars, but since the original game came out in 2013, this came out in 2017, and by this time they had come out with a new standard Lego police car, and it was this car. So they used the cutscene with the old police car, and he gets into it, and then once he gets in the game, it has the new police car.
That's kind of funny. It's stuff like that it was like I feel like it feels like the first time I like would ever realize, like if I noticed that, I would just be like annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
I would just be looking for it every single time from then on and just be like, freaking there's the wrong cup, it's the wrong one.
I mean, for me, it's like more of a nostalgia thing, because it's like it's a game that I grew up with it came out when I was 9, so it's just kind of nostalgia, I guess.
How well does this game run?
Chase.
Because from my experience trying to play like older Lego games on newer hardware, it never runs well.
Well, this game is it's a newer, older game. It's only 10 years old at this point. Oh Jesus Christ! Okay, need to restart there. That just I don't know why that gave me a really big shock there. Hearing that this game is 10 years old.
You're seeing your own age.
Yeah, I'm not even 20 yet. But like this is a game that I grew up with, spent so much hours with, and like it plays amazingly well because they upgraded the game whenever it came out for for a new series because they remade it for like Xbox One and PS4 because it originally was a Wii U exclusive. So they ported it over to the Xbox One and PS4, and they upgraded it, upgraded graphics, upgraded how it runs, and it's I don't know how it looks in Discord right now because my Wi-Fi is bad, but it is running really well right now with like really high graphics and like 250 hertz. It looks beautiful right now.
Oh well.
Well, little things are kind of like choppy around the edges, but and that's kind of to be expected.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
I've just
As
updated
long
your
as
communicator's
all I
settings
really
software.
ask
That will
for
walk around from the
is
restaurant's rooftop, and it'll
consistent
show up
frame
anyone
rates
nearby
Yeah.
who might be
and
alarmed.
like no crashing.
You arrest them?
I've
I
had no frame
remember
problems.
I remember
this game, at
I
least.
got like one of the older Lego games on like the Wii, and I was like,
Mhm.
I never played this one growing up, and it was I was like, oh, I'll play it. It's on. No, it was originally on the Wii, and I believe they put it on the Switch, and I had it on the Switch. I had gotten it on
Mhm.
sale at one point. I'm like, I've never played this game. Here, I'm gonna try playing it, and like 30 minutes in, if even, the game just crashes, and I just immediately just gave up because I'm
That's
like, this game should not be crashing.
it's also
It
on
just
the
shouldn't be.
Switch, so
Yeah, but like the Switch, are you like, is the Switch less powerful than the Wii was? I don't know the numbers here, but there's no fucking way it shouldn't be crashing. It just shouldn't be.
um,
Can't you jump this high?
I
Making it very difficult.
I don't. It's definitely more powerful, but it's like I don't know. I guess it's because it was made specifically for the Wii's hardware that it runs better on the Wii,
Hey, Jack,
and like that gen hardware.
here beanstalk.
Yeah,
I don't
they
know.
should have done a better like port,
Hmm.
which is just sad.
Seeing as all Nintendo does is ports, and then Legend of Zelda.
I don't know about that. They they do they might not do much more than that, but they do every now and then.
Hmm.
I hear the new the Metroid remaster was really good, and I've been tempted to play it.
They remastered
I really like
Metroid.
Metroidvanias.
I have not heard anything about them remastering Metroid.
Did you not? I thought that was a pretty big thing that happened like probably a couple months ago now.
No, I have not heard anything about it.
Well, I guess I don't know much about it myself because I avoided watching anyone play it because I kind of want to play it and experience it for the first time, but I hear it was pretty good.
I can imagine
I guess
that's
just
pretty
not a
good.
lot of people care about Metroid anymore.
I personally like Metroid. I just never like I've never I haven't heard of this new one. This new
Well,
like
maybe I
remaster.
imagined it and dreamed it up.
I don't know, but if it does exist, I want to
I
give it
had
a
like a
try.
wet dream one night, and it was a Metroid remaster.
You're thinking of Zero Suit Samus.
No, I want Samus fully armored, pummeling me.
Don't
God,
we
like
all?
learning about like the early history of like Samus and Metroid is so bizarre. I think I learned recently that apparently she wasn't originally gonna be a bounty hunter. Like before there was really any info on the character or like who she was or anything. Some like Nintendo magazine just randomly was like, oh, we need like an article here. We're just gonna make shit up about this new game, and they just said that she was a bounty hunter. And there's been people complain like, why doesn't Samus do more bounty hunter related stuff? She never actually goes and hunts down bounty hunters. And then
Mhm.
Nintendo came out and like mentioned like she was never even supposed to be a bounty hunter, and I think I forget what they said. They said something like ridiculous, like she's too much of a motherly figure to be
Hmm.
bounty hunting.
Oh, she can be a motherly figure to me. My bad. My bad. That's my
But
bad.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they had said. They said she was too much of a motherly figure to be bounty hunting. I'm just like, that's weird.
Hmm.
I personally just think that's kind of weird.
Nintendo wild and Nintendo just like me for real, for real.
Did you find the robber?
Your timing is
It's just like let the woman bounty hunt.
Yeah.
It looks like one of the other robbers is at
Like
the docks.
give the
You
fans
wanna
what they
arrest that
want.
guy too?
They want more bounty hunting missions. They want a
Give me a call
bounty
once you
hunting
got him.
Metroid game.
Hmm. I remember, like, for the longest time, 3DS, being a Nintendo fan during, like, the latter years of 3DS before like, between Wii U and Switch was a nightmare. Because there's so many stuff that came out that just wasn't that good. It- like, I remember they were like, oh, we have a new Metroid game coming out. And we're like, everyone's like, oh, sick. And it was like I can't remember what it was. It was like like an arena fighting game, like first person, like on the 3DS.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Just that concept. I've never seen the game, but just like those words matched together, just any first person game on the 3DS just sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah. I saw
Thinking
like
about
videos of it and it looked rough.
thinking about like the 3DS, I remember being like, God, I think when the Wii came out was in like 2006, and I must have
Mhm.
been like 8 years old. And the only games I'd ever really played were PC games. I'd never had a console before, and I wanted like a DS so bad. I wanted like I just saw like a handheld gaming device was so cool, and
Mhm.
I wanted one for Christmas, and that's what I'd been asking for. But the Wii just came out, and I got a Nintendo Wii, and I was like, so I remember being like initially I was like so upset because I was like, this isn't what I asked for. What is this? What have you done? And they give it to me, and they also got me like Guitar Hero 3, and I never understood like all the games I played were like old ass 3D platformers on like the PC, like The Emperor's New Groove. I freaking
Mhm.
love that game. It's a 3D platformer, and that's what I was used to. And then they were like trying to explain the concept of a rhythm game to me, and I'm like, what the hell is a rhythm game? Like they like what is this? And they like, oh, it's like a kind of like a pegboard, and like the little dots come at you, and you have to like click the buttons in the accordance of the dots. And is that it? That all you do? You can't even like walk around? I remember that being like a big point to me was you can't even walk around in this video game. What's the point?
Mhm.
And then I was really, really bad at it. And then I learned like years and years later in my life that like the Wii was such a huge hit. Like the fact that you could get one even in the year 2006 was
Yeah.
kind of a miracle. And I think back on like I had one and I hated it for like a good amount of time. But eventually I got like enough like I don't know. I guess I got good enough at freaking Guitar Hero 3, and a few more games came out, like Mini Ninjas. Holy shit! I played a lot of Mini Ninjas, and that was such a good Wii game.
Yeah.
The Wii grew on me a lot.
I remember whenever my parents first got a Wii, or my grandma got me a Wii. In 2007, I was 3. I remember her getting it. My first game that I ever played was Wii Sports Resort. That was the first video game I ever touched, and it's one of my favorite games still. The soundtrack is my favorite out of like any game. And I still have vivid memories of that game from when I was a kid. I remember my parents, they were so scared that like it was going to be on the Wi-Fi and like I was gonna get doxxed, even though we didn't have internet. So
Oh my
they
God.
named my me Buddy, and
What's
I
what's
think
kind
that's
of
really
funny
funny.
to me about like them worrying about that is Nintendo is like the number one like our console's not gonna have any kind of messaging system, no kind of voice chat, no, like
Mhm.
not even the Switch now doesn't have anything like that.
Yeah.
That's why I was complaining. There's like people on my friends list who I don't remember are. I can't even message them and ask them who they are.
Wii U, I remember, had a video chat system. There was a camera on the gamepad, and you would like FaceTime your friends. I did that with Nathan
Excuse me.
like several
Can you
times
tell me
actually.
how I get onto that cargo
I
ship?
never had a Wii U. My like one and my I have like two experiences with the Wii U. I went to a friend's house once and it was his like 16th birthday and it was this like huge party, had like a ton of people over, and he made the mistake to host a Smash tournament,
Oh no.
and like the whole mood of the party just turned so sour because apparently the guy who wound up like winning was some guy who just kept spamming attacks on like he played like Wii Fit Trainer and just like spammed the same attacks and he won and everyone was pissed.
Yeah.
And nobody wanted to play on the gamepad, and I'd never played the game before and was like they were like, okay, you're playing with the gamepad.
Yeah.
That was the first experience with a Wii U. The other experience was I wanted to emulate Breath of the Wild on my PC so I could mod it, and
Mhm.
I had to dump the files from a Wii U onto like a flash drive and put them on my computer, and it took, not even kidding, like 24 hours to dump all those files. And I was
Holy
terrified of the power going out and having to restart. It took so long.
man. I've never tried doing that, but I can imagine that that's a nightmare.
I mean,
Just any police. I'm on a roll
I
today.
it's I guess it went pretty smoothly and it worked, but just my computer, I couldn't like optimize it well. Like I finally
Mhm.
got all these stupid files and I had it up and running, and there were like so many like different graphic options you could change, and I tried so many different things, and it just like the frame rate was just never consistent.
Mhm.
I'm just assuming my computer cannot handle emulating a Wii U and playing a video game,
Yeah.
which is just a little sad when I think about it.
Yeah. I've like I've had like moments where I'm like I should emulate. I should emulate like a game, and then I'm like I try to do it and it's like I'm never doing this again.
I've I've had like a lot of trouble emulating games. Like I tried using like Dolphin once,
Mhm.
and I wanted to emulate like Death Junior Root of Evil on the Wii. That was one of my favorite Wii games of all time. It's like a third person platforming shooter game, and it's just so fucking like cool, and like the
Yeah.
humor is just like so was like, I don't know. There's like a level in the game where you go to a different dimension that is just like a giant like Waffle House, and it's been corrupted, and like the whole place is warped and scattered around, and there's like a llama mascot that keeps talking to you over an intercom, and one of the lines he says is babies taste better with syrup. And there's a part in the game where you have to like platform over like giant grease vats, and the chicken nuggets in the grease look like humans that were deep fried like alive, and they're all shriveled up and in pain.
This sounds like your average Waffle House. And
But
s-
but
speaking of
playing that
Waffle
is like
House, after
playing
after
that
this, I know what we're gonna talk about.
sorry, but playing that game as like a young teen was just like so fucking cool.
Mhm.
And I wanted to emulate that game and play it again, but I just couldn't find the files. I don't even know if I would have been able to emulate it properly and get like the freaking motion controls working, because you kind of need those, but it's just,
Mhm.
I don't know, just I lost at step one. I couldn't find the fucking files online.
Zang. So, on you reminded me of the Waffle House nightmare, and why I will never return to a Waffle House.
Was it our shared experience of the Waffle
Yes.
House?
Yes, it was.
It really wasn't that bad.
It
At
was.
least I don't think it was that bad. Okay, like the service wasn't great, but like, was there anything else wrong? Like, was
I.
your food bad? Did you get sick?
I. The food. It was okay.
I mean, it's Waffle House. It's
Yeah.
you know. But I feel like the talking point of this story is that our waiter was just high off his ass. Like he did. I don't like. I'm not sure if he knew like where he was half the time.
No.
I remember we paid for our food and we were waiting for our change back, and I was like telling my friend, I was like, I don't think you're getting your change back because I think he forgot.
Don't worry.
I remember whenever he like switched one of our plates with like another person that was there, and that
Oh,
person
I forgot about that.
that person happened to be somebody who was streaming on Instagram Live.
I had forgotten about that. Yeah, they put like his food like in front of me, and I was like, "This nobody here ordered this." And the guy was like,
Mhm.
"Oh yeah," so, and he like handed it to the guy behind us, who was streaming live on his phone,
Yeah.
which is not something I see often. And it's just like it just feels really weird to see
Yeah, and
somebody
like
just out in the wild doing like an IRL just hangout stream.
especially like in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
Yeah, in a Waffle House
In a
in bumfuck
Waffle
nowhere.
House. Like that's just wild. That's not what I expected to see that night. And then there was also another time where like that waiter was like, he was trying to like joke with me about something, and I just got like super awkward and like super paranoid. It's like
What was
he was like he I can't remember what he was like saying, but he was like I can't even remember what he was saying. But like it was just like it put me in like an uncomfortable position, and I was like I don't like this. I feel like that's one of the reasons why I look back on that like experience so negatively.
I don't know, I feel like your Waffle House nightmare is a little unfair because it wasn't even the it was just like we just had like it was just
Yeah,
the waiter.
I might go
The
back
waiter was
to.
just a little too high. Like if he was
Mhm.
just a little high, we probably wouldn't even be able to like notice. But
He was
he was
very high. He was
zooted.
gone.
He was gone. Yeah, I think God, I'm trying to remember some of this story, and I feel like there was a time where you just could watch him, and he looked like he was trying to find where he was supposed to go. Like he had forgotten where he was and was like looking. He'd like dropped his ass and was looking for it. I don't know.
Know anything about that old vehicle calling point?
And there was also that moment whenever we were driving over in the rain. In the it was dark and it was raining, and I was driving with Violet in my passenger seat, and Violet yells "deer," and you guys are driving behind me.
Yeah. I remember I was driving behind you and I saw you swerve and I was just like, "Oh my god, she's such a bad driver. What is she doing?"
Because like I had only been driving for a little bit at that point, and I like was not prepared to deal with that at all. And then Violet's just like deer, like in the middle of the night, and not in the middle of the night, but like in the evening, where it's dark and like it's raining. So I have low visibility. The lights on that street are very low and very low and dim. So I had
I
very
think
low
right at
visibility.
the right at the part of the road where you swerved was just like a huge like gaping ditch. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't like you could have just pulled over on the side of the road and be like, "Oh yeah, this is fine." No, it was like a drop off.
Mhm.
And I think you've retold this story a few times, and I just want to reiterate again. If there's ever actually a deer and there's like, you're gonna hit it, just it's safer just to slam on your brakes and hit the deer. Because if
Yeah.
you swerve off the road and hit a tree, you're gonna die.
Like, I had not known that at that point, because as I said, I'd only been driving for like a couple months at that point. Uh,
Yeah.
so I had not known that at all.
Like most animals, you want to it's just better to hit the animal.
Also, I was
That's
just kind of
how it is.
I was kind of acting out of instinct, because if I would have like had my thought process, I would have realized that I have like whistlers on my truck that make it to where deer like avoid it, because that was a thing that my great grandpa was like really afraid of, was like if
I've
somebody was
always
driving
wondered
his truck.
if those even work.
Apparently, yeah, that as
I
far as I know, they
I
work.
know I don't know when my mother put whistlers on her car, but I I I wish I could remember if she had them or not, because there was a time where I know at some point in my life she had put whistlers on her car, and I don't know if it was before or after we got hit by a deer.
There's another
It was
pile in
very
progress.
possibly after, it was
Robbers have
very
behaved
possibly
themselves
before.
on top of the Lego City
I don't
TV
remember.
building.
But it was
The power
God,
officers
the
can't
story,
stop them.
How can I help?
it's like it's more the deer. I remember like the
But
deer
my
more
uncle
like
Dick's the
it seemed to
sheriff
like
of
hit
Bluebell
us. It was
National
one of those
Park, and he's got
situations
some of the department's
where you're
old
just
rider
driving down
guns,
the
which
road
are
and the deer
great
comes out of
for
nowhere
throwing
and just like
buildings.
slams into your car.
Which is why we stopped
It's not even that you slam into the
Well,
deer that's
if
crossing
you
the
don't
road.
think
It's like
you're
you're
up
going
to
down
it,
the road, deer slams into you.
great.
It was in a crazed state, and it saw a car, and it was like, "This is it. I
Yeah,
can.
this is my
I'll find.
chance.
This is my chance. I
I'm
can
gonna get
finally prove to
revenge on
them.
all my brethren.
I can finally prove that I'm enough. I'm gonna get revenge for all the deer they've killed."
God, I heard something recently. It was like I was watching like Stir and Germa play Dwarf Fortress, or not Dwarf Fortress, God. They were playing Orcs Must Die like 3, and one
Mhm.
of the things they said was just so fucking funny to me, because Germa was like, why don't the orcs just not go over here? Why don't, like, why don't they learn just not to come here, or just go another way? And then Stir's like, well, how would they know? They each only get one try.
Mhm.
How would the deer know not to jump in front of the moving car? They can't learn from each other.
They just like evolve with that knowledge. It's like, don't go towards the
I mean,
road.
it would make sense that they would at some point evolve just to have instinct not to go near cars, because there's like so much stuff like that in nature,
Mhm.
where it's just like, like trees evolve to have leaves that look like fucking like leaves and flowers that look like birds.
Mhm.
There's like tigers have like false eyes on the back of their head to dissuade predators. Like, when are the deer going to evolve to understand that, okay, car is predator, car bad, don't go near car.
Are bad.
Car bad.
Anyways,
Anyways, welcome to Brick by Brick.
just the intro at the very end, like an hour or like however long we've been recording into the video.
Yeah.
So, what else did I have on the docket for today? I'm texting while driving. Uh, so the only thing I have left that I plan to talk about is I'm not even. I had like one hand on the controller.
Well, you didn't swerve. That's good.
I'm also on a motorcycle. If I would have to swerve.
No, because if you hit if you hit a tree, you're like guaranteed to die. If you hit the deer, it'll be like shoving your face between the couch cushions.
No, that's not true. That's no, don't put that information out there. That's no.
Just doing a Kira slide. Okay, what were you saying? What was on the docket for today?
So I was gonna talk about the history and where we're going on with Cool Club TV, and if it even is going to be called Cool Club TV, which I don't know that. So back in 2019, me and three of my friends we decided to make a YouTube channel together. We did not. It was only me and another one of my friends that actually like did stuff for content. Uh, it was LM squared at that point because like two of our last names started with L and two of our last names started with M. So we thought that was kind of a cool thing. Uh, but like that didn't really go anywhere. So then later we revived it for Cool Club TV with me, Nathan Russell, and a couple other IRL people. Uh, and then we did a little more content with that, and then didn't do anything with that. And then Cool Club TV kind of became just this like I don't know, just this like recording group, I guess. And pretty much we've evolved from Cool Club TV to the Gamer Squad. And I think it's like TGS Productions. Uh, that's a new channel for the Gamer Squad, so that's gonna be a lot of like a lot of like content that like people in the server are gonna record together, I guess, or like I'm gonna record with some people in the server and it's gonna go up on there, maybe. Uh, but like I don't know where it's gonna go because I still have plans to start like a company. Uh,
Chase, there's a
whether
hitch.
that's Cool Club TV or not, I don't know. But I do plan on like
We've got
recording with other
conflicting
people,
reports about which
and
criminals are in now.
like
The chief's got officers
uh,
searching him on foot, but I think you
I don't know,
can
kind
speed
of
things
drawing a
up
blank
if
here.
you can get onto the roof of the burger
But
joint
yeah, I'm gonna be
before
recording with other
midnight.
people. That's probably gonna be going up on the main channel, and then like bigger
Exactly.
projects might
Good
be
luck,
going up on
Chase.
Cool Club TV. I think my friend Gabe and I we have a like a football podcast because we're football fans. That's gonna be going up in Cool Club TV rather than on the Win channel. Just because that's a bit outside of my normal style of content. Because my normal style of content's gonna be like gaming and or like Lego related. Probably some video essays sprinkled in here and there. But like it's we'll see where it goes. Is kind of at a point where I'm at with Cool Club TV. Because I have plans, but also it's like I don't know. That's a bit of a rough history of the channel, the group channel. I'm kind of glad it didn't really go anywhere because I'm gonna be completely honest. A lot of the people that I used to record with, I'm not really friends with anymore. Be that for different reasons for each of them.
Yeah, stuff. I don't know. From my experience as well, like I've like gained and just lost friends like just crazy over the
Mhm.
years of my life. Stuff like that just happens sometimes.
I feel like we're at a point in the friend group where with the recording group really and like recording slash friend group, uh, because like the friend group's a bit bigger, but like the recording group's gonna be a bit like smaller. But where it's definitely more, it's I feel like it's less divisive than in years past because we've had moments in the past where like stuff can get pretty like I don't know like heated I guess would be a word.
Drama.
Yeah, like very dramatic and like stuff that causes a lot of drama. And I feel like we're in a point where I don't think anybody in the server is going to be causing a lot of drama. I don't know. Russell could like go one day and like run somebody over. I don't know.
Oh my god, I don't think that's gonna happen. You
I don't know.
you talk about Russell being like a terrible driver, and I'm like, he can't be that bad.
I did I ever send you the unedited version of of Russell's near crash?
No.
Yeah, I might need to send that to you because you'll be saying otherwise. I feel
I mean, I've gotten in some pretty close calls, but I've never like they weren't really like my fault.
his was
I think one of my closest calls was I was in like the left turn lane at a green light, and I had the little green arrow that indicates like like I'm going, and the other side of the street just has a red light,
Hmm.
and I was going through the light, and suddenly somebody on the other side just decided to go through the light as well when it should have been fucking red, and they got really close to hitting me.
Yeah. But Russell was turning left on maybe the biggest street in. I'm not saying the town, but you know where.
Yeah.
Got it.
And
Time to get those low-lives off
that
the high rise.
he
Huh.
was turning left,
Should probably steer clear.
and he decided he wasn't going to look left. Keep in mind, this was also in rush hour traffic.
The robbers.
That's so
But I'm gonna head to the
stupid.
building next to
Yeah.
it instead. That way, I can
And
see the rooftop
he almost got us in a bad car accident.
A week off work in the infirmary.
Enjoy the
And
food chase.
He was just trying to show off his driving skills.
or lack
He
thereof.
knew what he was doing all along. It's like that scene in God, I don't even know the name of the movie. There's too many Fast and Furious movies, and they don't even go like, oh, number 1, number 2, number. I think there was one called like Too Fast, Too Furious or some shit, where like the main character like sits in the car and he's like dead staring this girl in the eyes and not looking to the road. And he just like putting his pedal to the metal,
Hmm.
speeding straight forward. And he doesn't crash. He was just Russell was trying to do that to you.
Russell's trying to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to do the driving riz on you.
Just like less than a minute before, you can see this in the video. Like in the video that I posted, Russell was like, we were leaving a parking lot, and he just decides to like start like going super fast and swerving in the parking lot for no reason.
Oh, good.
There better be some way
And
across
then
the
like
building.
after the accident, we're driving, and he looks back at me while we're driving. I'm like, keep your eyes on the road, and then he keeps looking back at me.
Woohoo! Okay.
So I've
Like I said, just like that scene in the Fast and Furious movie.
yeah, he's trying to be whoever was in that scene, whether it be
I-
like Vin Diesel or something.
No, it wasn't. It was I think it was that one guy who like died.
Paul Walker.
I think it was Paul Walker.
Yeah. Died tragically in a car accident. His car wrapped around a tree.
Just thinking about that just reminds me of like the discourse kind of around like the movie they came out with like after that, where they got his like brother because they looked alike and they
Yeah.
CGI'd Paul Walker's face on. I don't think I like it when I think I'm kind of against them doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, I don't really care that much, but I think if I got to choose whether they did or didn't do it, I'd be like, yeah, just it's okay just to like have, it's okay that the character just drop the character
Yeah.
or just get a new actor and be like, this is the new actor, this is what he looks like now.
There's a cop down here.
One thing that I hated about like CGI faces and stuff like that is in like Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett, they brought in a guy who looked exactly like young Mark Hamill, and they
Yeah.
decided to CGI Mark Hamill's face onto the lookalike. Like they could have
Yeah,
just used him.
Yeah, he looked so similar.
Yeah.
One down,
And I totally agree. I was gonna like reiterate what you said, but I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
And that kind of just, I don't know, stuff like that just makes me think that it's like it's kind of scary in a way, where it's like somebody's gonna like, I don't know, someone's gonna somehow buy the rights to like Jim Carrey, and then we're gonna have all these Jim Carrey movies that it's not actually Jim Carrey.
Wow.
It's just
Yeah.
somebody
I
with
didn't even realize
CGI'd
I was a
face
gymnast.
and like an AI voice.
Yeah.
They're
And
gonna get
that's
an AI Jim Carrey voice and a CGI'd face,
with
and
the
it's gonna be just fucking like soulless.
with the
It's gonna
with the
be
like really sudden
soulless.
advancement of like AI and stuff. It's very scary that it's come to that point in like entertainment stuff.
It kind of sucks.
Because it's like everybody's like, oh, this is gonna make it's gonna make entertainment like it won't be those woke liberals running the entertainment industry, and like it's going to make it like film is already an art, and it is going to eliminate, fully eradicate any kind of like humanity from that.
Yeah.
That just leaves the leader.
It's gonna like, I guess just any random person is gonna be able to use like any asset or any person to
Mhm.
make any movie.
Stop!
A very
It's-
scary thought.
It is a scary thought.
And there's not much that people can do about it. If anything.
Yeah, I know. I feel like just like talking about AI is kind of like its own like there's people out there that are like really into AI, and then there's
Yeah.
like people that are like it's either people are like all for AI or like totally against it and like
Now
hate its
that's
guts.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm much closer to the edge of I hate AI's guts.
Yeah. I'm
Like,
definitely not a big fan of AI.
I remember I was streaming one night and somebody came in my chat and I don't think they meant to like offend me or anything, but like this like ruined my whole mood and I like I like deleted the VOD. I was like I was just pissed off the whole time because they came in my chat and was like, "Oh hey, have you heard about the new like AI VTuber on Twitch?" And I'm like, "God, it's already like one thing like it's extremely rude to come in other people's streams and start talking about other streamers. But
Yeah.
on top of that, you're talking about a fucking AI streamer, and now I'm just sitting here and I'm feeling like everything I've ever done to try to be a content creator is like pointless and fucking garbage because somebody just made an AI that can just pump out infinite content, be up
Yeah.
24/7, and it's been months and they still get a concurrent like 3,000 plus viewers.
That's insane. Like I'm definitely not like much of a streamer compared to like YouTube content. Uh, at least I think so. Like if that were me in your shoes, I would also be pissed off.
Yeah, I was very unhappy.
Yeah.
It's just so, like I don't think they intended it this way, but to me it sounded like they just showed up to tell me about how cool AI streamers were and how I was just what's the word? I'm just there's no point in me existing anymore. There's no
Mhm.
point in any actual streamers existing because we have AI.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I might not have I might not be working as like hard as I could, but I feel like, you know, I'm trying to be a streamer and do my best. And then I get told about an AI streamer that just immediately got like thousands of viewers and tons of people like watch the AI stream, and I'm just like, this sucks. This really is like I'm like fucking jealous of the fake AI VTuber.
Mhm.
George Fartar Bensonberg?
It's definitely like AI in every aspect is just eliminating the human like
Yeah, it's like they put like
experience.
no effort into this thing, and it's outperforming me.
Mhm.
It's the most like disheartening thing ever.
Yeah.
It's like it just makes me think more of just like more just AI bullshit, where people just like steal art from artists and dump it into an AI and just like, oh look, I like you know, I used your art to make this. Aren't you happy? And it's like, fuck no. Are you
Yeah.
stupid? Are you insane? No, I'm not happy.
I would, if I was an artist, I'd lose my shit.
Yeah, I've seen artists try to like I've seen people like try to like figure out ways like that people can't use their art to like train AI. I think I saw one girl who like used her like entire face as a watermark and they made a joke. They're like, yeah, now if anyone tries to train their AI with my art, there's just gonna be a shadow of this like South Asian girl in the background. I thought it was pretty funny.
That picture that just came up, it just said Chapter 3, go directly to jail.
Chase,
And I think that is that would be a hilarious like reaction image.
did you get a lead?
Yeah, straight to Albatross Prison. Do you know how I?
Anyway, yeah, the whole thing about like AI, it's just
He's
I don't like it.
Rex's escape.
Yeah, I don't
What if
either.
the chief didn't know?
I don't know. I'll go
I think I had
Wait.
somebody in my stream community.
There
He
a way
started
getting
like
there without the
I
chief
guess he
knowing?
made like an
Okay,
AI voice
there's
of me
one way you
and
can
was
do
like
it.
sending me a couple
First,
clips of
you
things
get
he had
on the
like
ferry
AI
at the
voice me
jetty
say,
behind the
and I was
police
just
station.
immediately like very annoyed. I was like, don't
Yeah.
fucking do this. I was like, I was basically telling him like I might as well just like turn, like I might as well just like rip my headset off, throw it against the wall, and just plug in AI me and let it just go crazy and do whatever it wants.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's the point of me trying if you have fake me that can just be here 20? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, haha, look at this like funny stuff we made fake you say. And I'm like, what about the real shit that real me has said?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about this fake me.
You're not funny anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's like, sorry, all the streamers lost all their viewers. Everyone's watching the AI now.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, all the artists lost their jobs because somebody created an AI and put all of their work into it, and now like that one guy has a job with his bullshit AI that stole everything from everyone.
Mm-hmm.
God, just you wait, because like any day now, it might have already happened, and maybe I just haven't heard about it. But I just had the thought that one of these days, like like a fucking like museum or art exhibit is going to open up, and it's going to only have AI art in it.
Yeah, that's. I don't even know if they're like legally allowed to do that, since it would be considered plagiarism, maybe.
I don't know. It's hard to say, because you know how like I don't know, copyright laws are already kind of like weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what like the plagiarism laws are like.
It's just like it's obviously morally
Found out anything at the
wrong,
prison, Chase.
but it's like very legally questionable at best. And like I just
Anyway, guys, that was Brick by Brick.
that was brick by brick, guys. Thank you guys for
That was
watching.
Brick by Brick. We went over our time.
It's a fair bit. It's not gonna be like a set amount. It's not gonna be like an hour. It's gonna be like just like however long it ends up being. Really, just less than 2 hours, I guess. Preferably closer to 1.5. But I can't really control how long it ends up going.
No, that's when you just interrupt your co-host and say, anyways, that was Brick by Brick, and then you just press end recording.
That was episode 1 of Brick by Brick. Thank you very much, MoonsDancer, for coming on my show and dealing with me for an hour and a half on just what I had to say. So, any closing words that you like to have? Link your Jesus. link your I'll link your Twitch down below. But if there's anywhere else that you could like, just say what your Twitch handle is, and like any other platforms that you'd want people to follow
Oh my
or subscribe
God, it's so
to.
nice of you to give me a shout out. I'm MoonsDancer at twitch.tv like MoonsDancer, and my YouTube is at MoonsDancer, and I stream sometimes, and I post all my VODs on YouTube, and unless I don't like it very much, if I don't like the VOD very much, I don't usually post it.
Yeah, you don't post any of the streams that I'm in because you hate me.
Which stream were you in?
I don't know. I mean, like just whenever like I'm like talking in chat a lot.
I mean, you are. I do post those.
No,
Or are
you
you
just
talking
hate me.
about the one stream where for some reason my Twitch chat widget wasn't working and you just weren't in the Twitch chat, but everyone else was?
Yeah,
And I
some
spent,
reason it
20
just hates
minutes
me.
racking my brain trying to fix it.
No, you just hate me on a personal level, and you just don't. You like
Oh, yeah,
Photoshop
that's
me
why I
out
was like that's why I like agreed to be here today. Is
Yeah,
because I just don't
because you
like
hate me. You did it out of rage.
Yeah,
Where did they come from?
sure.
All right. Well, that's gonna be it for the episode. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Moons, and that'll be it.